Hello! Welcome to the podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Today we are going to be talking about drowning. Yes, drowning. Drowning at work, drowning in tasks that maybe someone's not competent. It's put in a position where they don't have the competence to survive. In today's workplace, we have a lot going on. Most jobs that I find are nebulous. Nebulous. There's just so much to every job that it's impossible to be an expert and to be able to do all aspects of it at all times. And because of this, these jobs can seem unbelievably difficult to achieve. Unbelievably difficult. And in a way they are. In a way they are. If you look at it as something that needs to be done perfectly, then yes, you will not be able to do any of these jobs. This is like a manager's job. Almost all jobs now seem to have a managerial aspect to them or a customer service aspect to them. And if you expect to be perfect in all aspects of that job, it's not going to happen. Unfortunately, it's not possible. When you're dealing with other human beings, it's not possible to be perfect in every interaction if there are many interactions, which many jobs are like nowadays. And so today, when we're talking about, what I'm talking about is drowning. People feeling like they're drowning. Have you ever seen a person drowning, a real drowning, a person where somebody is in the water and for whatever reason, they go into a panic and they start drowning? Now, it can happen in water that's just a few feet deep. And panic sets in. They just start thrashing about, hoping to catch some air, hoping to catch something. You start losing that ability to control your breathing. Woo! It's scary. It's happened to me. I've been drowning. I drowned in the water that was about shoulder height. I was drowning. And what did I do? I started panicking. I started thrashing about. Fortunately to me, and what else did I do? What else did I do? Well, when some people tried to come out and help me, I started grabbing them and pushing them down because I just needed a breath of air. Fortunately for me and for them, I wasn't in water that deep. What I see happens a lot in today's workplace is a lot of people drowning. A lot of people who just aren't that competent. Even if they are competent, they panic. Like, I know how to swim, and they may know how to do their job, but for whatever reason, they lose it. They lose it in a moment, and it causes them to go into a panic. They start drowning, and they start drowning. Now, some of these people, maybe you just need to teach them how to swim. But for some, I just don't know if you can ever get them out of that position where they don't panic all the time. It doesn't take much. All it takes is a little bit of friction sometimes, a little bit of wavering, a little bit of maybe I'm not doing this correctly. And because of that, they go into a panic and they start blaming others, right? That's pushing somebody else underneath. Maybe they'll catch the flack and not me. They start yelling and screaming. They're trying to get help. They're trying to get help. They think yelling and screaming is the way to do it. You know, that's unfortunate. It's. I think we need to recognize this. We need to recognize you can be competent in what you're doing and still go into a panic. But if you're not one of these people in your job, in your workplace, in situations where you have to interact with other people that goes into panics, well, great, that's wonderful. But if you see other people doing it, you know, it's easy to judge. It's easy to say, oh my gosh, that person's terrible. They you know, they're incompetent. They don't know how to do it. Oh, they're not doing it right. You know, I don't know what the solution is. I don't know what the solution is. You know, I can say get good. Get good isn't generally the answer. There's plenty of competent people out there who still panic unnecessarily. You know, how do you get rid of that? I don't know if I've seen that. You know, like I said, I guess it's just a slow, steady progress. Slow, steady. You know, maybe you catch it early before someone goes into a total panic. You know, when you see somebody wavering out there into a situation where they've started panicking before, maybe it's time to, go over there and offer a little assistance. Some people are stubborn, that's for sure. And I've known some panickers who were definitely stubborn and they did not want help. Even as they were drowning, they just decided to grab everybody that was near them and pull them down underneath them to hold them up while they gasped for air. So the solutions aren't easy. I think knowing there's a problem, knowing that that is the problem, I think that's a good step. Recognition. Now you can try other things. It's probably going to be different for all the people. Maybe if you realize you're one of these people who panics, do you start blaming other people when things aren't going well at work or going as you anticipated? Maybe you're one of these people. Maybe you're a panicker. Maybe you're a drowner. Maybe you're drowning in a position that's just extremely difficult for you. That doesn't mean you don't know how to do it. It doesn't. It doesn't mean that you can't do it. But certainly panicking, it may help you take a breath. It may get you through that little situation, but it certainly isn't a long-term solution for a better life, for a better work. We've got to start figuring out how to get over it. Oh, it's an amazing thing. It truly is an amazing thing. I don't have any solutions. I don't have any easy solutions other than to recognize, to talk, to think about it, and then to try different things, small things. Know that you know how to handle it. Know that things are going to be different. So you're going to have to be on your toes and know that you're not going to be perfect. Not every interaction is going to be perfect. I've seen it where people are talking to customers and they have the best of intent, but as soon as things start going wrong, they are grabbing the customer and trying to drown them with them. It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. They went in there with every intent to help out the situation, to make things go smoothly, to help all parties involved, and it just turns into gas being thrown on the fire, and everything that could go wrong goes wrong, and it's generally the same people. It's not, like I said, it's not incompetent. They are competent. They just fall into this panic, this drowning, where they just don't know how to handle the situation once that kicks in. So, recognize, maybe talk to them, maybe talk to yourself, maybe, ask yourself, once again, am I one of these folks? Am I the one who's pulling people under, blaming people? I know no one wants to see themselves that way. Nobody wants to see themselves as the one who's drowning and throwing everybody else underneath them so you can take a breath, so you can survive. Whoever it is, doesn't matter. Believe me, I know. Nobody wants to be that person. But maybe you are. Ask yourself, realistically, are you that person? Or do you have a friend that's that person? Maybe you need to talk to them gently talk to them. Tell them, look, you are, be honest. If they're competent, say, hey, you're really competent at your job, but there's an aspect of it you don't handle well. For whatever reason, when I see you interact with other employees, when I see you run into problems, when I see get into an unusual situation, you seem to lose the ability to do your job properly. I don't know. We have to say these things to get past, because of course everybody's going to be a little bit defensive, if not a lot defensive, when you tell them, no, you're the one who's drowning over here. You're the one with the problem. It wasn't them, it was you. You tried to drown them because you were drowning. Nobody wants to be that person, but no, obviously there are. Just look around. Just look around you. Look at their faces. If you see somebody and they're shaking, what do you think that is? If they just had a conversation with somebody and they're shaking, well, things didn't go well. You need to recognize it. Just, at the very, maybe you need to stay away. Make sure you don't get pulled in, depending on the situation. I know, like I said, I've been the drowner before. I've been in that situation where I'm literally drowning and somebody came to help and I grabbed them, I pushed them down because I needed to take a breath. So I know I'm guilty. I'm guilty of it for real. Now, whether I do it in the workplace, I hope not. I think not. I try to take responsibility for all things that happen in my realm, even it's tangential to my realm. I'll take responsibility for it. I'll try to do better. I'll try to make sure the situation doesn't happen again and again and again. But when it comes to drowning, ooh, I don't know how to solve someone who's drowning. If you got any ideas, if you can help me, if you can help me figure out what to do when somebody I've worked with is drowning, put it in the comments. We'll talk about it again. I'll put it into action. I'll put it into action. Put it in the comments, please. Thank you so much for listening. Talk to you again later.